Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing today? All right, kids, buckle up. This one's going to be a long one. Well, maybe not, but you're definitely going to need coffee. So first, we've got some recalls, and then we've got some things to discuss because, So, all right. The first recall is Cahill cheddar cheeses voluntarily recalled in 44 Whole Foods Market stores due to possible health risk. Whole Foods Market is voluntarily recalling Cahill cheddar, porter, and whiskey cheddar cheeses from 44 stores across 22 states because of a potential contamination of listeria. Customers who have purchased should not consume and should dispose of the product. No illnesses have been reported to date. So if you shop at Whole Foods, please get rid of this cheese, okay? The company announced this on July 27th. The FDA published it on July 27th. Let's see. The product name is cheddar with porter and whiskey cheddar. The PLU numbers, which is, I'm guessing, like their SKU numbers, okay, for the cheddar with porter is 93579. The whiskey cheddar PLU numbers is 54784 and 94884. Date range sold is May 17th to July 26th, 2021. The states is Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So that's the first one. I know, but we got to keep up on this stuff. So then the second one is Bright Farms announces voluntary recall expansion of packaged salad greens sold in Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, and Michigan. They initiated a voluntary recall expansion of additional packaged salad greens that are past expiration date and were produced in its Rochelle, Illinois, Ogle County greenhouse farm sold in Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, and Michigan due to potential contamination with salmonella. The recall includes the below packaged in clear plastic clamshells with Best By dates through 7/26/2021. Bright Farms baby spinach 4-ounce and 8-ounce package. The UPCs are 570-6200439 and 570-6200449. The third one is Excalibur Seasoning Company recalls seasoning blend because of possible health risk. The packaging is a clear plastic shaker bottle. The item description is Hain, Haen meats, 1959 house blend. The quantity is 6.5-ounce bottles. The lot number is 107-354. The UPC number 729-009-768154. They are recalling 17 bottles of this spice blend because it has the potential to be contaminated with listeria. So if you have this in your spice pepper pantry, please go through your spice pepper pantry and make sure you do not have this. The next one is, oh, okay, I already did that one. The Chinese food one. Yeah, that was insane. They had so many of their frozen packaged goods. I mean, wow. How could you even? But I think it was because they had milk and coconut in their ingredients, and it was not included in the ingredients or something like that. I mean, just crazy. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is this. This was sent to me by a subscriber, okay? And as you know, I will always leave links in the description box below, okay? Because I know it's important for you guys to have references and things like this, okay? So a cash in people's pockets would be superseded by a new Britcoin digital currency and a plan being pushed by Chancellor Rishi Sunak. And Sunak is Sunak. Now, this is happening in the UK, okay? I have a lot of subscribers in the UK, so that's why I'm putting this out. And what Treasury insiders say would be the highest upheaval in the monetary system for centuries, the Bank of England would establish a direct digital equivalent to physical money and take control of it in the same way as sterling. Its supporters in the Treasury say that it would allow the bank to give the economy a boost in times of financial crisis by paying the Britcoins. You know how we have Bitcoin? Well, they have Britcoin. Yeah. Directly into people's bank accounts. Okay, so this is like their UBI. How we have the UBI starting here. Wow. Okay. It could also slash the cost and time it takes to make payments online and transfer money around the banking system. Britcoin could also cut banking costs dramatically for small firms. However, critics warn that a digital version of the pound could lead to greater financial instability, making it harder for the bank to regulate the economy with monetary policies such as setting interest rates. There are also fears that the introduction of Britcoin would lead to higher loan and mortgage rates as millions of people switched cash to central bank digital currency, eating into the amount of high street banks have on deposit to lend to borrowers. A task force of Treasury and bank officials set up to examine the merits of Britcoin. It's just so weird to say Britcoin when I'm so used to saying Bitcoin. Known as the central bank digital currency, is expected to report to Mr. Sunak by the end of the year. The Treasury is understood to be more keen than the Bank of England on the idea of creating an official British digital currency to compete with the rise of Bitcoin, because they are wary of the huge numbers of people piling into cryptocurrencies. Some investors have lost vast sums as the price of Bitcoin has gyrated wildly. Meanwhile, other countries are racing to develop their own digital currencies. Yeah. China, oh boy, has been testing a digital yuan, the yuan. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has hinted, that woman, that a digital dollar could be created, and the European Central Bank is investigating plans for a digital euro. Unlike Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, Britcoin would be linked to the value of the pound and backed by the central bank. That, in theory, should stop it from swinging massively in value. Under plans being considered by officials, consumers might be able to hold the currency in accounts directly linked to the Bank of England. Officials are undecided on whether to attach interest rates to Britcoin, which might make it attractive to savers as an alternative to cash. Oh, Trish, I know you're watching this. Oh, shite. Retailers and other companies would accept the digital currency for ordinary payments that customers would otherwise have made with a debit or credit card. But the amount of money each individual could hold in Britcoin is likely to be limited initially. Crucially, consumers would be able to change pound sterling into Britcoin with ease. It would also be made very simple and very fast to transfer Britcoin back into ordinary cash that would be taken out of an ATM. That might help avoid the type of long queues that would occur when thousands tried to get their money out of a Northern Rock in 2007. A digital currency where customers have accounts directly linked to the Bank of England would also make it far easier to issue so-called helicopter money. What the heck is helicopter money? Where funds are injected into people's pockets by the government. That's that UBI. Is that what helicopter money is? UBI? That's what they refer to UBI as, is helicopter money? This could prove a more effective way of stimulating the economy in times of crisis than quantitative easing, or QE. QE has been used since the 2009 financial crisis to flood the banking system with new money, but the scheme has been criticized for storing up potential inflation while failing to get the cash to trickle down to households and businesses and the rest of the economy. Yeah, exactly, because that's what UBI does. That's exactly what's going to happen here as soon as that crap kicks into effect. We're already seeing inflation. What in the Lord and God, Jesus, Lord and help. What in actual God's name? Anyway, all right, so on to the next story. My blood pressure's going up. So here's the next thing. I'm sure you guys have already heard about this, all right? But I'm going to touch on it anyway. So Potato, his administration, announced today it will allow a nationwide ban on evictions to expire on Saturday, arguing that its hands are tied. After the Supreme Court signaled it could only be extended until the end of the month. The White House said Potato would have liked to have extended the federal eviction moratorium due to spread of the Delta Airways. Instead, Potato called on Congress to extend the eviction moratorium to protect such vulnerable renters and their families without delays. The moratorium was put in place last September by the CDC, right? And given the recent spread of the Delta Airways, including among those Americans both most likely to face evictions and lacking arm candy, Potato would have strongly supported a decision by the CDC to further extend the eviction moratorium to protect renters at this moment of heightened vulnerability. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court has made clear that this option is no longer available. I'm going to get into this a little bit deeper. Just saying. The court mustered a bare majority 5-4 last month to allow the eviction ban to continue through the end of July. One of those in the majority, Brett Kavanaugh, right, made clear that he would block any additional extensions unless there was a clear and specific congressional authorization. Authorization. I'm getting pissy, but there's a reason. By the end of March, 6.4 million American households were behind on their rent. According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, as of July 5th, roughly 3.6 million people in the U.S. said they faced evictions in the next 2 months, according to the U.S. Census Bureau's Household Pulse Survey. Dr. Rochelle Walensky, director of CDC, had said in June this would be the last time the moratorium would be extended when she set the deadline for July 31st. It was initially put into place to prevent further spread of, by people put out on the streets and into shelters. Housing advocates and some lawmakers have called for the moratorium to be extended due to the increase of the Rona and the fact so little rental assistance has been distributed. Congress has allocated nearly $47 billion in rental assistance that is supposed to go to help tenants pay off months of back rent. But so far, only $3 billion of the first tranche of $25 billion has been distributed through June by states and localities. Some states, like New York, have distributed almost nothing, while several have only approved a few million. The confluence of surging Delta Airways with 6.5 million families behind on rent and at a risk of eviction when the moratorium expires demand immediate action. The public health necessity of extended protections for renters is obvious. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. You want to know why? Because on every business, even here in the Tampa Bay area, there are hiring signs. Why are these people not getting out there and filling out applications to get a friggin' job? Pay your friggin' rent. It is not that hard. It's really not. And instead of spending your stimulus money that you got on TVs and new wardrobes and iPhones, you should have paid your damn rent. And I know I'm going to get backlash, but I don't care because I'm tired of it. You think that me and my husband weren't affected by all of this? Okay? By last year's lockdowns and all that shit? We were. My husband was used to working 50, 60 hours a week. Guess what? He was knocked down to working 1 day a week. But guess what? We had enough in our savings to get by. So maybe you should have learned from last year and saved a little. And you should have started prepping, for crying out loud. And putting shit aside instead of going out and splurging. If anybody hasn't learned a damn lesson from any of this, You don't deserve any help. I'm sorry. Stop sitting here with your hand out and go and earn a damn living instead of sitting on your asses. It's ridiculous anymore. It really is. There are too many of us that break our balls and break our asses to earn a living, and you just want to sit there and play video games on your brand new PS5 on your 70-inch screen TV. Absolutely not. The moratorium's over. Guess what, pal? You're friggin' homeless. So either you sell all your brand new electronics and pay your rent, or you're going to be out on the street. This is ridiculous. Stop looking for a friggin' handout and go to McDonald's and get a damn job. Shit. I mean, come on. I hate to yell, but holy hell. How many times? Come on. It is not that hard, man. It really isn't. And I know that my subscribers and the people who watch this video, all of you guys, you're all hard workers. You got to where you are today because you refused to sit down. You refused to take that damn handout. And I know that there's a lot of people that are on Social Security and disability, but that's not because that is your fault. But the people that are going through this right now, that's because they didn't want to get up. They would have rather spent their stimulus on a brand new flat screen. I'm sorry, but that's stupid. Agree or not agree, I don't care. But it's stupid. Even if you're not behind on your rent or your mortgage, you should have taken that stimulus and bought food and prepped your ass out. You should have bought enough food to last you. Or better yet, you could have also paid in advance on your electric, your water, your whatever. I mean, holy hell, man. I just don't understand. I guess I never will. I'll never understand that state of mind. And I don't think any of you will either. Because if we were ever in that state of mind, we wouldn't be living the lifestyles that we are today. Because a lot of us are debt-free. A lot of us have really good credit. And I can guarantee you, none of us have an eviction on our credit score. You know what I mean? So, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here. I can't even read the rest of this article because I'm getting pissed. So I'll leave the link in the description box below. So if you want to read it, you can. Because, you know, it's one of those. So the next one, all right, because I know this is getting long, but So this one, gotta leave the best for last, right? This is Norfolk, Virginia. NATO's newest headquarters is now fully operational in Norfolk, Virginia. Okay. Joint Force Command Norfolk has fully reached full operational compatibility and held a ceremony on Thursday at 10 a.m. to mark the occasion. The Pentagon surrendered their Norfolk naval base to NATO on last Friday. Norfolk is the largest naval base in the world, and NATO is a wholly owned subsidiary of the UN. And now the Pentagon is too. And NATO announced it in June of 2018. The city of Norfolk did too. And the potato administration is about to announce this. NATO will enforce mandatory shut-ins for those who refuse the arm candy, just like they do in France. General Philippe Lavigne, Livigne, NATO's Supreme Allied Commander, is in charge of the Norfolk Naval Base and the Pentagon. And General Lavigne is from France. So I will leave this link in the description box below. Okay, so you guys can read it and have everything for reference. I'm sorry I had the outburst, but sometimes when I read these articles that you guys send me or that I find or whatever the case may be, I get upset because I know that not just me, but a lot of you guys work so hard, whether we're business owners or we work, inside, work from home, or we work outside our home, or whatever the case may be. We work so hard to get to where we are. And yet, it's like, it's one of those. And we don't have our hands out. We're not saying, please, sir, may I have some more? You know what I mean? We're not the orphan Oliver here, where they are. And it's like, why, man? Why can't you just go out and get a damn job? It's not that hard. It's really not. McDonald's is hiring. Dollar Tree is hiring. Just like I went to Dollar Tree yesterday because I wanted to go get more solar lights. And I picked up 24 solar lights at Dollar Tree. And they got a big sign on the front door. Now hiring assistant manager. Now hiring cashiers. Now hiring overnight stock. They're hiring for all these positions. So please tell me how you can't go find a freaking job. It's not that fucking hard. It's really not. Home Depot's hiring. Lowe's is hiring. Target. Walmart. Everybody's hiring. But these people can't go out and get a job and pay their fucking rent? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. All right? I mean, I'm serious. I guess I'll just never understand. Me personally, I've been working since I was a kid. Whether it was babysitting jobs, I worked since I was in high school. I had a babysitting job, I had a waitressing job, plus I went to college. I worked myself through college. I don't want to hear excuses anymore. I really don't. I really don't. I'm done. I'm done with the excuses. All right. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, and as always, fear less. If you have to get a hold of me, you know how to get a hold of me. Everything of importance will always be in the description box below, like my email address and all that stuff. If you want to get a hold of Trish, her email address is always in the description box. Okay, I love you.